everybody from the Wheels Museum. It's July 27th, 2024. We have a very busy day here today. We have a speaker right now, and we have many visitors in and many new exhibits. So I wish you were here, but I'm going to pretend that we're here together because I have some stories I'd like to tell you this morning. My first story is I had a phone call from a man named Torrey Alonzo. I didn't know who he was, but I was amazed when he told me what he wanted to give us. He said, I am a movie star, and he works on various movies that have been filmed here on the property. And he said, I bought myself a car, okay? And it is the original car from Better Call Saul. And do you want it? Well, I didn't know what it looked like or anything, so I asked him to send me a picture. And he sent me a picture of this old, worn out, beaten up, bullet-ridden Suzuki Esteem that was the most beaten up piece of junk you've ever seen in your life, has fallen over the mountain, full of bullet holes, the whole roof is caved in, horrible condition. And what do you think I said? I said, of course, we'd love to have it. So he had fixed it up. He had bought it from another museum, and he actually fixed it up, and he drove it over here. And we were able to put it into Wheels Museum, and he also was generous enough to give us a great big picture, great poster with Bob Odenkirk and this car. So it's drawing a lot of attention and a lot of fun. And if you can come to Wheels Museum, you can see it on display, and you can take a picture with it if you'd like to. So I have now contacted Vince Gilligan, who's a friend of ours, and I'm hoping that he'll come and take pictures, and I'd love to meet Bob Odenkirk. Haven't met him either, but we're trying to talk to some of the people who are in these shows, and we're talking also to the people who have the Better Call Saul store in Old Town, and we're trying to parlay this into patronage and interest for the Wheels Museum and for the community. But it's a lot of fun to see this old beaten up car. There were 4 of them, and this is the only one that's left, and this is the one that went over the cliff. So if you've seen that show, come and see our cars. It really is great to see it. We've also gotten some fascinating new exhibits, other new exhibits. A very generous donor in Colorado has given us about 150 Christmas village buildings and people and exhibits. And we have decided that instead of just putting them up for Christmas, which always makes a great sensation here at Wheels, people love to look at them, and we're always looking for people to help us put them up, we're going to make a permanent display of them. And we're going to call it Every Day is a Holiday at the Wheels Museum. And we're going to make several layers and with snow and beautiful decorations that relate to the holiday season and the various December holidays that we all share. So if you're interested in seeing these, if you're interested in working on the exhibit, it's going to be a lot of fun. We have a special place where we're going to display them, which is near our ride-on train, so that children of all ages, when they come to Wheels Museum, will be able to enjoy the holidays year-round. These buildings are very valuable, very beautiful, porcelain buildings with great detail, everything from a little drugstore to houses and churches and all kinds of beautiful buildings. So, and all the little people that go with it and the trees and everything. So this is a very special exhibit. And we had a lot of buildings before, so now we're going to make a really special year-round exhibit out of that. Another thing that we're working on that we're really excited about, we have brand new showcases that were made by a movie prop man, Freddie Charles, who does magnificent carpentry. We did a major fundraiser with the Rotary recently, and it enabled us to buy 6 8-foot tall showcases. We are filling them with the stories of the men and women who worked here, and they're creating quite a large sensation, and really very important for us to be able to showcase not just the general history, but the specific history of the grandfathers and great-grandfathers and uncles who worked here. And people come in and give us beautiful mementos of their families, photographs and tools and various books about their family. One of my favorite things is we have a yearbook. There was a yearbook here done here on the rail yards of the young guys, and we have that and many other very important sentimental and historic artifacts on paper and in metal about the history here. So when you come to Wheels Museum, many people cry when they look at it. It's very touching to see how America was built by these men who worked so very hard. So these gorgeous showcases are being done. Another fun thing that we're doing, we've decided to showcase toys, historic toys, a lot more than we have been doing. And we have a large showcase with nothing but cast iron toys. We have about $40,000 in cast iron toys, and we've just donated some more. So we're thrilled. They're so beautiful and wonderful. Fire trucks and stagecoaches and wagons and people. And we have an intern who's a college student who is making sure these are pristine and clean and not rusty and putting them on display for us in a brand new showcase that we have. And we are always collecting more toys. Somebody brought us Tonka trucks the other day and other old toys, and we love those old toys. Those are a wonderful way for children to learn about the history of our country and the transportation history. So it's a lot of fun. We've gotten some other new displays for them, and for some of the little bit larger vehicles, like little ride-on trucks and tanks and things like that, and we're putting them in a new display as well. So please come and see that. We're working on the hope of getting an Eclipse jet. We don't have it yet, but there's a V-wing Eclipse jet that we've been semi-promised, and actually they're dismantling it today, and some of our staff is overlooking at that in the hopes that we will get that jet. That would be a wonderful piece for us. It's a prototype, and it did have trouble in its life, but we would love to have it now in its quote retirement and show people about Eclipse aviation. So that's a huge hope for us. Another big project that we're working on is the Route 66 Centennial. That is not till 2026, but I met with a woman this morning who has recorded every building on Route 66 all over our state of New Mexico, and we are going to meet next week with several historic organizations to talk about how can we extol the virtues of our Mother Road, of our Route 66. So this is going to be very exciting. We hope to have dramatic performances. We hope to have car shows and many things, speeches that will talk about the history of New Mexico through Route 66. And I remember myself, I was born here, always going out Route 66, 4th Street or Central Avenue, and we still do, and we still think of it every day. And many of the buildings still have signage about Route 66, and it's very important and very beloved to New Mexico. So if you're interested in Route 66, we'd love to have you participate in our meetings and join us. We're working with the state and the city and many groups to make sure that we remember and we advertise Route 66. And we're working every day hard on many other projects, and we're always looking for volunteers. So if you want to come down and have fun with us, we just got a wonderful new volunteer who's an aeronautical engineer, and many of our people are engineers and doctors and lawyers and professional people who just love our history and want to save it. So we're very, very grateful for everybody who comes and helps us. Daniel Archundi is our podcast master. He comes every week and does this as a volunteer and puts this on YouTube, and he's a fabulous guy. So we're very, very thankful to the community for all of its help. We are constantly doing events, and we are constantly looking for events to do. So if any of you have an idea for a presentation, event, we're doing field trips constantly. We're working with APS curriculum people. We're working with CNM, UNM in many departments. Many churches come to see us, disabled people, seniors, young kids. I love to give presentations to anyone, and other people give presentations. Our biggest problem at Wheels is that children cry when they leave. So it's a lot of fun here. There's train rides and model trains. We're increasing all of our exhibits all the time. And I'd like to tell you about some of the upcoming events and hope that you'll join us for them. We have a really very interesting event coming up August 3rd. John Taylor is a fabulous speaker, wonderful guy, and he's been working on the restoration of the steam locomotive 2926 for years and years and years. And he's going to come and talk to us about that. And it's going to be fascinating because, we see it. In fact, it was here the other day. It's coming September 27th, 28th, and 29th again for Railroad Days. We're very excited about that. But when we look at this 1,000,000-pound locomotive, most of us don't know how it was put together or how it was repaired. It's taken about 20 years to repair it and about $4 million. It's a magnificent piece of technology and of our past and of our future also. So he's going to come and talk about the details of technology about this. So I hope I can learn how to repair a locomotive on that day, and I hope you'll all come. And that's at 10 o'clock in the morning August 3rd. There's no charge for this. So just come to Wheels Museum, 10 o'clock on August 3rd, and hear John Taylor. He is a very, very fascinating speaker. And the next thing that's coming up is going to be another one that I think is so interesting. August 10th at 11 o'clock, we're going to have a presentation about the historic markers in New Mexico by Phil and Roseanne Archuleta. I know we've all driven by historic markers a million times. We're all in a hurry to get someplace probably. We probably don't stop. But they've made a book, and they've made it their interest to learn about these markers and learn about the people who are important in those places. A lot of them are women, and I think this is going to be a fascinating chance to sit down and relax at Wheels Museum for an hour on August 10th at 11 o'clock. There's no charge for this either, and hear them talk about these markers. On the 18th at 2 o'clock in the afternoon, which is an unusual time, a little bit after we close, we're having Joel Alden White perform country western music. He's quite famous, and that's $10. And when they come in, people give $10, and we split it. So he'll get $5, and Wheels will get $5 for that. So I hope you'll come and support that and have a lot of fun and clap your hands and listen to country and western music from him. On August 24th, we're having a woman named Christy Hines come. She's coming at 11 o'clock. That's also $10. And this is jazz and improv. So we've never had this kind of a singer, but we're very excited about her. And she's famous too. So I hope you'll come at 11 o'clock on August 24th and have fun with us with jazz. We did have a drum circle last week, and that was a lot of fun. And this is going to be a very interesting thing too. On August 25th is going to be at 11 o'clock, Charlie Nickerson and Tricia Nickerson, who were both very prominent railroad executives, and they're going to speak about their work with the railroad, with building the track and many, many aspects of the building of the railroad. So they're incredible people, they're fascinating people, and they have honored us with their presence on August 25th at 11 o'clock. I think this is going to be a wonderful, if you're interested in the real serious history of the building of the railroad, this is going to be a wonderful opportunity to hear that. Then on August 31st, we have John Taylor back, and once you hear him, you're going to want to hear him again. He's going to talk about Jack Delano, who did photographs about the Santa Fe Railroad from Chicago to Los Angeles. Very, very famous photographer. You've probably heard of him, and it's going to be a wonderful presentation on that day. And then we have on September 7th, Michael Jacobs, who is a famous movie producer who produced a movie with Ed Asner and has done work with photographing almost every movie star in the last few decades. He's coming to give us a presentation, and that should be very, very interesting. I don't have the time for that yet, but that's going to be a wonderful, exciting presentation about movie stars. So stay tuned for that. And then, as I mentioned, September 28th and 29th is New Mexico Railroad Days, and we're inviting everyone to come see the steam locomotive. That's a Saturday and Sunday. See the steam locomotive and participate in New Mexico Railroad Days. So that's going to be very special. If you haven't seen the locomotive on the site, it's only been here once or twice ever in the last 70 years. It's coming. It's going to be right behind Wheels Museum, and that's going to be a wonderful, wonderful event and chance to see the museum. So no charge for that, of course. So just come and camp out here. That's all I can say. And thank you so much. And call me 243-6269 if you have any ideas. We're here to work together with everyone. Any ideas for events, any ideas about volunteering, exhibits, anything that you have in mind that would be helpful for our community. Thank you very much.